Welcome to the April Pacific or the Planetarians Zoom seminar, which this time is actually a workshop. And Karrie Berglund is going to be our leader in the workshop. The title of this workshop is What Makes a Successful Live Interactive Planetarium Program? And I think with that, oh, Amy just showed up in the waiting room. I'll let her in.
Okay.
But I won't be announcing people entering the meeting after this time. So, Karrie, I won't interrupt you except unless absolutely necessary. Thank you for being with us, Karrie.
Right. Thanks for the introduction, Alan. And hello, everybody. I'll just wave because I know many of you are muted. It's great to see so many of you out there. I hope you're all feeling okay, getting through this time, this challenging time. As Alan said, we are going to be doing a workshop. And if you've done workshops with me before, which I think pretty much everybody here has, you know that I like to mix it up. I like to do some large group stuff and then mix it up with some small group stuff. So we are going to be talking about what makes for a successful live interactive planetarium program. And I'm going to quickly switch over and share my screen. I've tested this twice so far, and hopefully the third time it'll still work. So let's find out. Hopefully you're seeing my title slide. Did it work?
Yes, it works.
I have buttons flashing like mad at the bottom of my screen. I don't know what that means, but I'll assume it's a good thing. So that's me. I am the Director of Education for Digitalis, but I'm here mainly as Chief LIPS Instigator. That's what I like to call myself, the Live Interactive Planetarium Symposium. And without too much ado, those buttons are flashing. There we go. Maybe that means I just have to click to get it to switch. I have three basic goals. I think they're pretty straightforward. So what works, what doesn't, and what can I do about it? Those are kind of the ways that I break down those bullet points. And we're going to go in this order. And I'm going to get us right to the small group discussion number one. So the way this is going to work in just a minute, I think I'll have Alan do the breakout rooms. Alan, before I switched over to my screen, there were 21 participants. So I think we're going to go with 4 groups when we're ready. We're going to break into 4 randomly assigned groups.
There are 24. There are 24 now.
24 now? Okay, so then let's do 5 groups because I want to go for somewhere 4 to 6 people per group.
Okay, I will
start working on that.
I have not made you the host.
Okay.
We can do that if you like.
No, that's okay. I'm fine with you doing the breakout rooms.
Okay, all right,
Yep.
We'll do.
So once Alan gets those, or once I tell Alan to let people into the breakout rooms, what's going to happen is you will all be randomly assigned to small groups. I'm going to have us in those breakout rooms for about 5 minutes. And we'll do this a few different times, but what we're going to do, the very first question, as you might guess from that first session goal, is that I would like you to think about what works. So an outstanding live planetarium program that you've recently experienced. Recently experienced, you might have to be a little more generous with that than you ordinarily would be because nobody's been allowed to be in groups for quite some time now. So just think of a good one that you've seen in the past 6 months. And think about some things, very particular things that made that successful program. If you could have one person in each group just take notes, that way when we come back together to the big group, it'll be easier to figure out, to remember what everybody said to that. So before we make those groups, anybody have any questions? You can unmute yourself to ask a question if you need to, or send a chat. I'm not hearing anybody or seeing anything. So Alan, I think we're ready. If we are still at about 24 people, let's do 5 groups. And I'm going to say, let's do 6 minutes. I'm going to give you 1 minute to introduce yourself to your group members, in case you haven't met them before. And then we'll have about 5 minutes for you to talk about elements of the outstanding live planetarium program you've seen.
Okay, before we do the breakout, I just want to say we do have 25 participants.
Oh, good. Okay.
And I'll mention again that there is a sign-in sheet for you to write your name. Actually, sign-in sheet is the chat. You can write your name and where you're from. And you said 6 minutes, so that would be about our Pacific time, it's 2:16, 2:17 maybe by the time we split up. Okay, and Karrie, we didn't quite test this out thoroughly, but I can make you a host. I can make you a co-host. I'm going to do that right now. Make you a co-host.
Okay.
I don't know what that's going to do to your ability to visit uh, the breakout rooms.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll find
So
out.
we'll find out. Yeah. Okay. So
And
we'll do the
I
breakout
didn't note
rooms.
that we're not recording. We're not recording the small group conversations. So,
Oh, good point. I'm going to
yeah.
stop the recording at this point, and then I'll start it up when we reconvene.
Otherwise, it'd be a pretty boring 6 minutes.
That's right. You have my
to sit
face.
through. Yeah.
Silent.